First of all, I'd just like to say that you guys are awesome. I just announced that I'm starting that new channel for a podcast, and I wanted to keep it separated from this channel. This is my main channel. The podcast is only going to be just a 1 week podcast that I'll break up into smaller segments. I don't know how long the conversations will go on, but I just wanted to say thank you to all you guys that's already went over there and subscribed. That's awesome. I think there's already 40 or 50 people that's went over there and subscribed, and I haven't even got a video yet. I'm still actually waiting on the camera. Ended up ordering everything from Amazon. And if you're over here in the Philippines, you can get an Amazon order as long as it's more than $50. There's free shipping, but there is an import cost. And initially what they had told me for ordering one of these Action 5 or DJI Action 5 Pros and another set of these mini mics that I'm wearing right now, you can get 2 of them. It comes with a box and a transmitter. 2 mics will hook to 1 camera. What I plan is to use 2 of these Action 5 Pros and 4 of these little mics, so that way I can interview 3 people at one time. As I stated in the previous videos, if you watch that, I think it'll be a better conversation, more activity, and like they always say, 2 heads is better than 1. I figure mine might be empty, so I need about 3 to make up for the loss. But it's gonna be an exciting venture, and I'm gonna take this channel along with the creation of that, because I feel like, I'm enjoying my retirement. But this is part of the enjoyment, is this. I mean, of course, you see where I'm at. It's hard to beat waking up, drinking a cup of coffee on the beach. I've already been in the ocean this morning. I went in the ocean before I brushed my teeth or anything, and it just, I don't know, it feels good. It's freeing. It's like, it's gonna sound like some hippie stuff, but it's like, for real, it's like grounding, connecting with the earth. And I think that's a part of the reason why the vibe here is so good, because it's pretty common. Like if you come out, where I got the idea from is from all the Filipinos. You would be amazed. You see this beach. It's not the most welcoming beach. It's beautiful, but it's hard to trek just because of the rocks. And there's trees that literally go out to the ocean. And if it's high tide, it's not impassable, but it's pretty rough travels walking along the beach here. So you don't see a lot of people, but you would be amazed at sunrise how many Filipinos are out here in this ocean. They come out first thing in the morning to, I don't know, I haven't really asked them what they come out here for, but it looks as if they're praying, or I don't really know. But I started doing it too just recently. I've only done it 3 times. I've skipped a day, but there's something to it, man. I mean, it's a great way to start your day. And that's way off subject, as usual. I lose track quick. ADD, kick it in. I actually I thought about doing the podcast out here. This would be a good spot, even right here. Just put up some chairs and some beach flags with my logo, because I can get those from Amazon or Shopee. Oh, and if you're ordering Shopee, a friend of mine, thanks Chad, he reached out to me. He's like, all you gotta do is do cash on delivery. And that's what everybody here does. And you just pay the delivery guy when he gets here. I didn't even know that. He was like, if my dumb butt can do it, I know you can. But evidently you're smarter than me, because I didn't realize it. And I'd heard other people say something about that, but I didn't really know how that worked. And I thought it might just be easier just to, so used to Amazon. But anyway, long story short, I ended up ordering it from Amazon regardless. And I'm familiar with the website. The delivery takes a little bit longer, and the shipping or the import cost was not what Amazon initially had told me. They had told me $155 for just the camera and the 2 mics. I didn't read the fine print. In the fine print, it was just an estimated import cost. And it turned out to be a lot less than that. It was only an additional $30 was what it boiled down to be for both items. I think they just, under promise and over produce, normal good business practice. But because of that, it makes me, because I'm familiar with Amazon and I got an Amazon store, all of my equipment is in my Amazon links in every video, and it's on my channel. because I'm doing that, you know, I've kind of not really obligated because I haven't really made any money from them or anything. But besides that, it's just, you know, it's easier. It's a familiar website. And I've been trying to use Shopee. One of the reasons why I didn't make a video yesterday, believe it or not, I spent all day doing research on how I want to set up the podcast. Like, how do I want to, you know, do the chairs? I found these beach flag things. I know you guys seen them, like advertisements where it's like a flag. And I want to put my logo for, you know, the OGJ podcast and all that stuff on the flag, just to be in the background, be cool, look professional, you know. And in the long run, you never know. I mean, I think it's going to do good. I think I'll have fun if nothing else. And that's the main thing, is getting to speak to interesting people. Man, you can't beat that. Especially if I can get them to come to my location. Even if I got to spend a little bit of money, you know, to get people here. So any Filipinos that are in the Dumaguete area that are interested, if you've got a channel or some socials that you want to get out there or put out there, maybe you want to be on the podcast. I'm looking for people to be on the first show, and I've got a plan to do that. I've got business cards being made with a QR code on the back. One of my subscribers on here had mentioned it in the chats, and that's exactly what I did. On the front of it, it's got all the podcast information, and on the back it says you have been chosen, and it's got the QR code. I'll show you guys in another video, maybe in this video, if they send me a message and say that the cards are ready. I'm waiting on them now. They're being printed. I ordered 200 of them, and I'm just gonna, you know, hand them out, give out stacks of them, and, you know, if they scan the code, it's going to take them to my website page for operationgojo.com, and it'll take them to that apply page and kind of go over the details of what the criteria is, like the requirements, the benefits, things of that nature. So if you're interested, go check it out on operationgojo.com. Or if you know somebody who might be interested. Basically, the only criteria I got is don't be shy in front of the camera and be able to at least speak a little bit of English so we can have a conversation. And because there's more than one person, or more than myself and one other person, if there's 4 of us and 3 of them only speak a little bit of English and good Bisaya, I figure between the 4 of us we could make out what we're trying to get across and help each other out. Because I'm learning Bisaya pretty fast. By no means am I fluent enough to have an intelligent conversation. I'm not sure I can have a real intelligent conversation in English yet, but I try. I do what I can do when I can do it. I think it's going to be a really good time. And I'm along the lines of thinking, and the reason I'm telling you guys this, because a lot of you has followed me since the day that I've got here, and that's awesome. And, you know, and any newcomers that are here, please go back and watch my videos. I am green as green as can be, and I am definitely a rookie YouTuber. But it's not as hard as people think it is. You know, it was hard getting monetized or figuring out how to get my account attached to it with the AdSense stuff. But aside from that little bit of a headache, this is the best one-man business that I've ever I don't know of another better one-man business that you can do. Now, granted, you know, you got to be willing to put in the time and effort, because it takes a lot of time, but that's actually the benefit to it for someone like me, because I've turned into an introvert on accident. I don't like to go anywhere. That was really the focal point of starting a podcast, because I love doing these videos, and I would love to go out, which I do. I do go out and I interact with people out in the public, but ever since they changed the rule, and it's going to be enforced here soon, I'm really camera shy, or not. I'm not camera shy, but I'm scared to get people in the background that may not want to be there until after all of this stuff either blows over or I find out that it's not that serious. I love it here, and I don't want anybody to be able to say that I'm a bad actor in the Philippines, especially as an American, because we're kind of getting a bad rap, especially for vloggers. You know, it feel now even saying that you're a vlogger, like whenever I say, like somebody sees me in public and be like, hey, I know you, aren't you a vlogger? It's almost like, dang, are they gonna, you know, it's almost like it's like a dirty word to be a vlogger now, because there's been so many, you know, people that are out for, I don't even know what they call it, I guess shock videos, because they do real well and they get millions of views. Even if it's all negativity, they still get paid off of that negativity. And that's what, believe it or not, we're all kind of guilty of promoting that stuff, including myself, because I'll watch them and be like, look at this butthole, you know, what a jerk. But I'm giving him the view. And then I'm watching all of the clips of everybody else talking about how terrible he is. You know, one man like that Vitaly guy, shoot, I don't know how many channels, you know, even here in the Philippines was like, you know, you talk about that guy and you use him as your thumbnail, you get hundreds of thousands of views off of that. And it's not, you know, we're all guilty in some kind of way, including myself, even for, you know, watching that kind of stuff. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I don't want to be that guy. And I don't even like being in the same category with them, because to be honest, I'm not even really watching YouTube that much unless I have a question. About the only thing I watch these days is how to. Like if I have a question, I'll ask Google. Google will give me the explanation, and if I'm too stupid to understand it, I'll go find the YouTube videos where somebody's actually doing the thing that I'm looking for, and then I'm like, okay. Especially when it comes to editing or anything technical. But anyway, besides all of that, starting the podcast, to me, and this is, as I say all the time, I can only speak for myself, and everybody else has got a different journey in life, that, you know, how they think they want the future to be, and all of us are going to change our minds from time to time. That's what makes life great, is that we can do that. But in my case, I want to do the podcast because I'm really enjoying my location where I'm at, in you know, right outside of Dumaguete, at this property. There's, you know, everything's got its pros and cons. There's really not many cons to being on this property, other than I don't have control. Like right now, there's kids swimming in the swimming pool. They're, you know, people, I think they're people that work here's kids that are swimming in the swimming pool, but I wouldn't want them to be in the camera because of the new rules. So even walking by them was not an option. I didn't start the video until I got out here. Well, I was at my door, and then you'll see that, you know, as I walk through, there's no clips of the backyard and the pool like there normally is. But because of that, that's literally the only con. I don't really have a guaranteed privacy to do my videos, like if I want to do them in the backyard. And walking around in public now, like I said, it's a little sketchy of what they're going to do, if anything. Like there's people coming now, I have to, like I'm gun shy, so I have to walk away kind of, because I don't want to stir up anything. And it's not as enjoyable for you guys at home, I know it's not as, when I was at home, I loved seeing the interactions, like with the street vendors and, you know, all of that stuff, the sorry store people, even the people going into the mall. That stuff, as far as I know, I mean, I'm not worried about getting in trouble, but I'm also not going to do it, because I did get someone who made me feel good about staying here and being a vlogger and what I need to do, and who and how they're targeting the people. So I don't really have anything to worry about. But also, there's a flip side of that coin. Now I feel obligated to make sure that at least I follow the rules to the best of my ability as I understand them. Because trust me, I would love to show you guys some of the things that I do out in public, because it's fun and I run into conversations. I've never met a stranger, so I'll sit down and talk to anybody from all walks of life. I don't care. And they've all got something to say, which led me to the idea of the podcast. What a cool thing to do, because then I can guarantee, as long as I set it up correctly to where no one can accidentally be in the video, I don't have to worry about those new rules. it wouldn't apply. And the people that are signing up to be on the show, I've got guaranteed proof that they agreed to it, not saying that they could ever come or that they would ever come back and do anything, but just in case like someone says, hey, did you get this person's permission? You know, there's literally like an apply page to do it. You know, I'm not going to make anybody sign anything, but it's pretty apparent that they wanted to be on the show if they come and sit down at a podcast, versus if I walk up in a Sorry store and I'm talking to the clerk. You know, that person could easily say, hey, I did not want my face on YouTube. And a lot of people are that way, and I kind of understand it. 10 years ago, I would have been that way, but now I don't care, obviously, because this is my form of communicating to the world. I mean, I talk to friends and family back home, but other than that, man, this is my enjoyment. And the podcast is something that I feel as it grows, if it grows, it's something I can do for longevity and still have that interesting interaction with real people. Like, I don't have any, I don't have any objections at all to getting 3 homeless people in the Philippines to be on my podcast, or 3 CEOs. I might put one CEO and a homeless person together, who knows, you know, just to see the differences. But those kind of things I believe would be more interesting than, you know, blurring the background as you're walking around and all that stuff. It just doesn't seem, it definitely wouldn't be as entertaining for me to do, and it would be a lot more editing. And I don't want to turn YouTube into a job because it's so fun. And with the podcast being a long form content type of thing, I can, you know, have I don't know how long I'll talk. I'm long-winded, like now. I ramble. And I can talk to these people, and maybe we can have a 2, maybe even 3-hour conversation. And then chop it up into smaller segments, you know, just to get the important parts, and then of course have the full segment. But off of that one thing, I can make 5, 6 videos, and I ain't no telling how many shorts. And that can keep me busy as I'm still doing my day-to-day with you guys on this channel. Because this one's not hard either, because I just turn the camera on and talk. It was a little better I liked it a little better whenever I could, you know, if I'm going to get my laundry done, I could, you know, take you guys on the bike, and I still got the camera mount on the bike. It was a little bit more fun doing that, but now, you know, we're in August. I want to see how this pans out. I'm not worried about getting in trouble at all, but I am trying to be as respectful as I possibly can to the rules of the Philippines. I haven't always been hadn't always been the best at following rules, if you know what I mean. But I'm a different man, and the Philippines have changed me, and I'm trying to abide by those changes, if that makes any sense. And I'm sure it does. I mean, you guys who's followed me, I know that y'all get it. And you know my mind's about, as they say in Bisaya, buwang. Means crazy. But in a good way, And I like what I'm doing, and I love my subscribers. I love the people that are commenting. I can't always get to the comments because there's so many, which is a blessing. And I love all the emails, and I try to read as many as I can, even the comments. Soon I'm gonna have to get some help. I made a video and I was like, I don't like help. I really don't, but I do like people that, if someone wants to be a part of what I'm doing, it's not like having help, it's like having a teammate. Like, I would love to have a teammate, and I think I'm gonna need one, especially for the technical parts of doing the podcast, because of there's so many aspects. Like this channel, I've got down pat. There's other people that are willing and able to be involved that bring a lot of knowledge to it. So I'm grateful for that. Instead of, you know, saying that I'm having help, I'd rather say that, you know, there's going to be other people involved that are, I'd say it like this, that there's people that want to be involved because they're excited about the venture. And that brings more excitement to me, which adds value regardless. It is help, but it's also beneficial to everyone. If, you know, if me and you were building a car together or something like that, or putting back together an old bike like my buddy's doing. My buddy's doing a rebuild on a old Yamaha, and he's tore it down to the frame, sanded it down to the metal. What a cool project. But that's something that if I was back in the States, I would freely give my time and be glad to come over and just piddle with the bike with him if he would allow it, which he would, but he would still want it done his way, and that would be fine. And I've got people that's wanting to do the same thing with the podcast, and I think that's awesome. And Lord knows I could use the assistance for sure. But anyway, it's going to be a short one today. I just wanted to catch you guys up, let you know that, you know, what's going on, what I'm doing. I'm going to pick up these cards, and I'm going to start handing them out, and I will take you guys with me on this channel to hand those cards out to various places. Like I'm going to leave, of course, I'm going to Speed. I'm going to leave some cards with you, brother. Speed's Barbershop, because that dude knows everybody, and just he's a good judge of character. I'd love to have him on the podcast. So if you see this, Speed, you are more than welcome to come any Sunday. The podcast is going to happen every Sunday. It'll be Sunday here in the Philippines, which will be Saturday in the States, but the videos won't get edited and produced until Sunday in the United States. So that's when all the podcasts will come out. I don't know what time, because I don't know, I hadn't even done one yet, but they'll definitely be available every Sunday in the United States. Here in the Philippines, it'll probably come out on, I guess, Monday here. But like I said, I just wanted to touch base with you guys, let you know what I'm thinking, and to say thank you for all the people that's already went over there and subscribed. And stay tuned, because once I get this equipment, once I get the equipment and, you know, some cool stuff, I still got to get some kind of chairs to sit on. But I could use that bench, to be honest with you. I'd do a podcast right here on that bench by the ocean. But, you know, not going to get real fancy with it, but at the same time, I want to look at least half professional, like I know what I'm doing, which I don't, but I can at least look the part for new people that may have never seen this channel, and the only thing that they know me for is the podcast the first time they log on, which is more than likely going to happen because it's a different genre than this channel right here. But anyway, again, thank you guys, but for now, I'm out.